Yo, welcome back to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Community channel.
I'm Philly Chipp.
I'm Philly Yardie.
And we're back in another video where we talk about some certain topics today about the Eagles, the training camp standouts, all the rookies and all the free agent signings that came out today and all that, right?
Yep. Joint practice notes, standout people that are holding their own in the joint practice, people that are standing out. We're talking about the rookies. We want to talk about a couple of the vets. We want to talk about guys that's on the bubble trying to make the team, who is doing what they're supposed to, who's holding their own, and I want to talk about that. So, once again, big up to the Eagles Caribbean community. Philly Chipp, Philly Yardie. Once again, another video talking about our favorite Eagles.
Eagles. You
Man,
already know.
Right.
So, to start off, we're going to talk about the standouts. Jalen Hurts, you already know. Captain Smooth. That's what we call him, you know? Call him Captain Smooth. But, yeah, he's been doing great as usual, you know. He's always, ever since he came to the league, you know, a lot of people have been down on him and everything. I didn't really like how they was talking down to him, you know. At first, you know, mixed reactions with all Eagles fans.
My yo, they come to like said, oh, we are the only one really love that youth from the start.
Exactly.
And I feel like I convince people, say, yo, him good, you know, he's a good young man, you trust me, and it's like I pull teeth out of an alligator. It's hard to convince them. It was almost impossible. Then just believe, say, oh, he will another man and run. Yes, he can run, but he also can bomb the ball.
Exactly.
So we always steadfast in our support for Ertz. We love him. From when Carson will give the beer foolishness, I'm gonna say, yo, throw in the youth.
Yeah.
But that's done. But now everybody see what he's about, and hopefully he's continually, you know, do great for us, injury free. Knock on wood. So looking at this year, this training camp, we're gonna talk about
all the players, all the
standout stars, right?
Yeah.
Who's sticking out to us in the training camp?
Yeah.
Who's sticking out to you so far?
Yeah. Continuing on, really stands out. My favorite player on the team, personally, is Devontae Smith. You know, I have a big sister right there. You know, ever since you know, I was out. My reaction. My dad wasn't there to see me. You know, yelling all that because he was at work. I was waiting for the chance. The draft in 2021, April 22nd, 2021. I was like, please draft Devontae Smith, please.
Nobody else.
I was like, yo, he'll be the first Alabama player to ever come to the Eagles.
We want them.
Exactly.
We wanted the Eagles to start the draft, star players.
Right.
Like players that started in college. We don't want the bubble guy and the little guy that might try to find this diamond in the rough. We want to know that a guy that's proven he's shining already.
Yeah.
And then we can smooth him up. We don't want the guy where you're affair try clean him up and then film shine. No. We tired of those guys. Them fizzle out with the Raiders, them and the whole of them bug there. We don't want them.
Jalen Rager.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we don't want them. We want a guy that put up numbers in college against good competition. He played in the BCS championship games, played in a lot of college playoff games, so we could know that when he come to the league, he could hold up to the competition. And Smitty's been doing that. Trust me, Slim Reaper, Willie Pot, that body him left behind. Trust me.
He's dangerous. He's dangerous, especially in the slot. You know,
people's dead when they look up and come across. Yeah, man, people dead, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's really the only person, like, in my eyes, like, as a star-wise, that's the only player that I've seen, like, really, other than Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, you know, obviously, the defensive linemen, Kelsey and Lane Johnson, you know, they always going to do that as vets, you know, Eagles legends, Hall of Famers,
right?
Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham and all that,
right.
You know? Yeah, other than that, you know, Devontae Smith has been my favorite throughout the whole, you know, training camp and everything this summer. The rookies and free agent signings, my favorite rookie right now is either between Jalen Carter and Keely Ringo. Those are the two favorites right now. I'm not gonna. I like how Jalen Carter stayed focused, even though you know he came through adversity and all that. You know, with the car crash, the friend and everything. He beat that case. I'm
I
glad
never
he
seen
did.
fraud in the environment.
Exactly.
I mean, that's just a lot of stuff. That's just comes with the territory. You know, you're a high profile, you get drafted, and that's a lesson for young people too. You know, you gotta understand the position you're in, and understand your audience. Understand that, hey, if you're trying to make it in life and you're trying to go in a profession, whether it's a football, basketball, or in the professional field like a job, you know what I mean? Your background has a lot to play with how people perceive you. Your circles right now, what you did, what you're doing, all stuff that you consider fun, you got to put that to the side, because that could be not one dangerous, that could be something that turned the say for instance your employer away. You understand what I'm saying? So that's a lesson for young people like you to say, like, look, he was in a situation that people looking at him like, well, he's doing crazy stuff, and it caused somebody. So that's one of the things that is a lesson learned, and going forward, hopefully he learn his lesson, and he's an example for many other young black males to understand that, yes, you're a college star, you do this, but you also have a responsibility, not just the appearance, man, and to your background, and but for yourself in the future, and for how people will perceive you, because trust me, people are looking for a reason to like deny you. So get it not extra reason. You know what I mean? So back to like you said, he stayed focused. He has been, impressing through training camp.
Crazy.
The one play with him having at the game, the man coming like him, look like him and wait for us destroy everybody in front of him, and I like that. I like that intensity. It's focused intensity and focus, and I love that. Him look like him go. Pick up where 91 left off. 91 look like him pick up. So we kind of feel good for the future. Also, without not trying to not mention him too, but he's been quietly improving. He got stronger. I'm talking about.
Smith.
I'm talking about
Brandon Graham.
the rookie from last year. His ex-teammate.
Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis. Quiet as he kept. Jordan Davis, his stock is going up. He got stronger. Right. He got trimmer, fitter. He put on more muscle. He cut a lot of fat. He's not getting as tired, they say. He's more looking organic. Good. He's playing the run and the pass really good in training camp. So, for the upside for the Eagles, defense look really good. They have a lot of young guys in all phases of the defense that look like they're actually potential, stars or contributor. And you don't know if I want to go be a star from early, but you can see signs that this person will have success. So, yeah, I love what I see so far. And the defensive players, they're young, they're hungry, they're eager to learn, and those are the type of things that stand out to me as far as from last year to this year, Jeff. They're out there making your heads turn, right?
Yeah,
I love that. Yeah.
Another Georgia Bulldog player that we've seen, but not seen too much because he's been hurt, and that's why we're not really going to talk about him. I'm just going to say the name, Jacoby Dean.
No, I can mention him. It was sidelined for a few days in training camp, but he's back out there and he's been working. The thing is, when you're not here, I'm on name I call too much, like getting burned or missing tackles or not doing good, especially linebackers, position players, then that's good. You don't want to you want to hear them making plays. That means if they're not saying, oh, he got burnt there, he didn't do this, he didn't do that, or he didn't read that, or he didn't make the defensive call, because he's the one that's lining up, making the calls at the line, making the checks. So when you're not hearing them saying, oh, Jacoby Dean, because he's doing what he's supposed to. Yeah. In my playing part, you understand me? We want to look for the new guys, which is the addition that we had, like Miles Jack and Zach Cunningham. Yeah. We want to say, and they've been they've been playing good. I'm not gonna lie, they made a good transition. It's like they hit the ground running, and I'm happy for that because your linebacker group, you need to have a strong linebacker group. You know what I mean? So So because if anything, you could rotate these guys. These guys could put in position for success as far as different defense and different alignments. They're going to see throughout the season with all these different teams, because you have a whole heap of tight end where we are going to play with good, and you need some linebacker who can cover these guys, running backs that we're going to see that catch and run the ball, i.e. You know, Thunder Ties from New York, me talk about Saquon Barkley, that boy that catch and run. So you need linebackers to be able to cover and run with these guys. So, you know what I mean? That's just in our division. You know, we have the boy that know Washington, them boy that bad. You need people to be able to run and cover these guys, because that's where we struggled last year. You know what I mean? And covering these guys. So I'm hopeful that these guys that we got, we can fill in. You know, the guys that we have, they can continue to do good, and you know, they're learning a new defense. The good thing is they're learning a new defense. So for the new guys, it's kind of good, because everybody learning the same thing right now together. So this is a good thing. You know what I mean? So other than that, what else stand out to you in the training camp right now? We talked about the defense a little bit. We talked about defensive line. We talked about linebackers. Any other position group that stand out to you?
Wide receiver. Yeah. That's my personal favorite, obviously.
Okay. Who stand out to you? Like which one?
It was only two, because you know, it wasn't really much else other receivers doing anything. I'm not gonna discredit anything or anybody.
You know, it's a slay and bro and I cook the man them. But we're talking about guys that we want to see other than them. So we're, you know, like, what about a rookie or the free agent? Who standing out to you? Tell me one.
Joseph Ngata. Joseph Ngata, he's a really good receiver. He's a big body. Remind me a little bit of Alshon Jeffrey. You know,
that's a good comparison. That's a good comparison. That's true.
Yeah.
That's a very good comparison. Yeah, Alshon Jeffrey. This guy have a big body. He catches the ball. He has catch radius. He got strong at the point of catch.
Strong hands.
Yeah. So that's a good. No, Greg is not in at the moment. Sorry. Yep, Greg is not in at the moment. So no. Answer that. But yep, he's strong at the point of catch. For me, so Joseph Ngata is your standout star. Mm-hmm. For me, I believe I want to say Tyree Cleveland. I mean, he was the best receiver in the last preseason game against Baltimore. He's been turning heads in training camp. This guy come in and he's holding his head down, working really hard. This guy could play special teams. He's not just a one-trick pony. He could play special teams and can play receiver and can play inside, outside, because he got speed and as you see, he adjusted the ball really, really well. He attacked the football. He could make the catches. You know what I mean? So I like that, and he fight for the ball. So he's turning heads along with Ngata. They both of them are doing good. This guy is a free agent, so we want. I believe that both of these guys will have a chance of making this team for 3 years. But a side note to that, Greg Ward, our old friend Greggy, Greggy Ward, I go on good. Greggy Ward is there, is just consistently doing what he always did, just doing what they asking him, running good routes, and he's back healthy this year. Yep. He looked good. So that's a side note to see if, you know, one of those guys could usurp Greg Ward and make the team, or, you know, Greg Ward would knock out one of them off the box. Brenton Covey is still hurt. They say he still got I think a hamstring. So he hasn't been out there. You know, unfortunately, good for him because nobody not crashing on him right now. So, so what other group? We talked about receivers now. So what about anything else? You know what? Defensive back.
Corners and DBs.
What about the corners and DBs? What about the defensive back? What you see in that? Who stand out to you?
There's a couple names. There's really Sidney Brown is the first I'm going with. You got Eli Ricks. Yeah. Right? And then you got Makai Gardner. No, not Gardner. Garner. My fault.
Garner, yeah.
I'm confusing
Garner,
sauce with.
We had an eagle back in the day named Charlie Garner, so he's a similar name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be.
A back old time player that I back in the day, and Charlie Garner, a way back. I'm talking about. This is when they had Ricky Waters back in the 90s. That was like 98, 90, 99. Yeah. So that's how long ago this was. Charlie Garner, long before he was born, no boy.
I know.
Charlie Garner was fast though. He was a burner like.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a Tyreek Hill. That's why Andy Reid got he was a Tyreek Hill, but he was a running back. He was so fast, shifty. So, but yeah, he had a similar name, Garner. So, yeah, but Garner, he played. He came on the last preseason game. He played a few snaps. He didn't make no. He made a couple tackles. He didn't really do anything. They didn't target him too much, but these are guys that are rookie and trying to make the team, are undrafted free agents. So we want to keep our eye on track and see if anybody, because last year, 4, not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 undrafted free agents made the Eagles roster. One of them right now is going to be our starting safety. He's starting the season, I believe. I could be wrong, but my belief is Reed Blankenship is going to be our starting safety, or at least one of the safeties that's going to be on the 53-man roster, because he's been making plays. Yeah, right now he's killing practice, training camp. He might pick out everybody. You understand? Yeah. He got like up to date probably 5 or more picks so far in training camp, and pass breakup tackles. He's all over the place.
And this is against the upcoming team.
Yeah, this is against opposite team. He already had a couple picks on Ertz, so he's been showing out in so he's solidified his position. Yep. The other safety, Edmonds, he's doing this thing. He's a professional. These guys are playing the league. He knows what to do. He's learning the defense. The safety room looked good. The safety room looked stocked.
It's a lot.
Brown is he's in my bright up the wall of that room. In making plays, flying around. This guy is literally flying around like an eagle, like it's a hunt, and I love that. Like a flying eagle, so I swoop down and I lick on everything, and I love that. Mm-hmm. This guy is flying. He's hungry. He want to not just make a team, but this guy want to make an impact, and he is.
Yeah. I think who you remind me of?
Who you doing, man?
You might not like this, but you remind me of Troy Polamalu.
I tune on. I said some kind of, you know what I mean?
With the hair
no, but not even the hair. The way he plays. Because that's how Troy Polamalu was
hard.
He played. Yeah, he was
like a missile.
Man, he could tackle. So the guy could tackle and could cover. I think. I don't know his coverage ability, how good he is yet, because you only seen him in preseason. He seemed to be tracking the football good. Wherever the ball goes, he's there.
Especially on run plays.
Yeah, and even on pass plays too. They threw a couple passes where he was out there making the tackle. So I like his range, and I like it. He seemed to be reading the game real good, and reacting. His reaction time is quick. I like that.
Calisthenics.
Yeah. What about what else that you see? Philly Chip.
Going on to that.
Yeah.
Eli Ricks as well. Keely Ringo. Yeah. Like I said, they had the most pass breakups in that game against Baltimore, right?
True.
I saw a lot of plays. I'm gonna bring this up. Yes, I did see Keely Ringo get burnt on that little fade route.
That's a back shoulder though. That's a back shoulder. It's hard to defend, especially if you protecting the inside in the NFL. That's in the red zone.
So it's really hard to
you want to protect the inside moves, so because they don't do slants on you.
Right. So dig, right.
The back shoulder is hard. If the guy had good leverage, that was a perfect pass.
Yeah.
I can't blame him for that. That was just good ball placement, perfect pass. The guy had good position. That's a play that the receiver should make. Back shoulder, because that's a layup, easy catch. Yeah. Because all you're doing is the person not knowing what you're doing. You're running upfield, doing it, and then turning around catching the ball. So I can't blame them on that. That is also defensive alignment. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? They had him off the ball because they protected him on the slant. Right. So I can't blame him on that. Other plays, he didn't hang his head. He made plays, 3 other plays during the game. Mm-hmm. And during the course of the game, he had a couple pass breakup. Another one that I thought he could have picked if he didn't slip, but He had a couple pass breakups, so I think.
And he showed his speed too when he chased down the.
He sure did.
Back.
Made a big play chase down him. That would have been a touchdown. So
right.
I really, you're right. That's a good player to highlight. Eli Ricks.
Yeah.
Eli Ricks was a good another good player. Made a big play on the ball. Kind of like.
Picked it off. He made
it was,
the only
it was highlight. It was
yeah.
highlight reel for real. That was a Sports Center highlight reel for real. Like he made a big play on that ball.
He was also ranked on Pro Football Focus as a 93.8.
That was a stop. That was a stop back shoulder, and he broke on that ball. He quick. He got good. They got good hips. So I like those two young guys, and I believe, in my opinion, these two young guys will make the team. The 53-man roster going forward. I think they both could play special teams, and I think they both could be used throughout the course of the season, coming in, covering fast receivers or little shifty guys in the slot. So they could use, the Eagles could find use for these guys in the defense. So I believe that these are a couple good cornerbacks that you said. We talked about the safety, we talked about the corners. Slid and Bradbury, they doing their thing. They just constant pros. They just doing their thing. Nobody, for real. Yeah. So I'm not concerned about them, bro. I'm happy you got McPherson. He's, a coming in player from last year. Right now he's doing punt return, kickoff. So he's showing his versatility too. So we will see that.
With the safeties.
Job has been making plays in training camp. He already had an interception on training camp on the goal line. A crazy pick too. So these guys, these young guys, has been showing up and showing out. Like I said, the Eagles, I would say, the scouting department, I have to give them credit. For the last few years, man, we only seem to get free agents. We didn't do good in the draft, but I would say the last couple of years, drafting been looking good. Scouting these young guys been looking good.
That's a great scout team. Also, we gotta give huge shout out to Jeffrey Lurie, the owner, and Howard Roseman, the GM.
For real, because Howard Roseman put the scouting team together. He put the scouting team together. Now this is how like a mud scientist is doing this thing. Like he said, he's a genius at how he's bringing in these guys. And these guys are athletic, a little bit of money. And he's getting good deal. He's getting good money.
Like, it's crazy.
Y'all get the best. You getting the best value for your money. You know what I mean? So he's doing it. Trust me. So what else? Let me see. What else? The tight end look good. I don't know about Jackson. I don't. Is his name Jackson? Big tall tight end. I don't even.
He's more of a like reserve practice squad player.
That's what I'm saying. Like this year, I was hoping to see him in the preseason. I ain't even see him. I saw Calcaterra and Stoll. So I'm not.
They were playing. Yeah.
It looked like one of them might, and one of them might be not make it this year, depending on I don't know.
I feel like Stoll might end up being the starter. Just because of his hands and their quick ability to catch.
He's just slow.
He's just slow. That's something.
Calcaterra is faster and he can catch better, but he doesn't block as good as Stoll. So it's like you need a guy that could just like Gabbard. You need a guy that could catch and block. A guy that could do both. He can block and catch. So that's one of the he doesn't get good credit for his blocking, but his blocking is really, really good. Any other standout stars?
QBs. They're not well.
Before we talk about the QBs though, it's one standout star that I got to make mention to. That's also a draft pick of the Eagles this year.
Who?
Tackle. What was his name? Steen.
Oh, Tyler Steen. Offensive lineman.
He's been turning heads in practice. So they've been using this guy on one-on-one drills and holding his own. He played a few snaps in the preseason game. He had a couple people got beat him, but
he could play the tackle
and the guard. I think he held his own.
Yep.
He showed his versatility too. So he's been a pleasant surprise.
He's like a gadget player. Basically put him in the
tackle.
tackle
Use him anywhere on the line
or the guard position.
So that's the good thing about him. So that's another thing. But Yeah. Anything else that comes to your mind, bro? He said quarterback.
Quarterback, that's a question, like a huge question mark between, you know, the backups that we have for Jalen Hurts and all them. Mariota, he's the second. He's up next.
I think he's been doing good in the last couple of days. Throughout our practices, he was kind of like struggling, but I think he's just learning the players, trying to learn the offense.
Yeah.
But the last couple of days in training camp with the joint practices,
and he looked good,
doing really good, moving the ball, hitting the players. So
I feel like he's gonna be used for those quick little.
They're gonna use him as gadget plays too. Yeah, they're gonna use him as gadget plays. He's gonna probably have a package for him. Yeah, he's gonna have a package for him, like a goal line package or something like that, or a short yardage package.
Base run.
They're gonna use him. Imagine him and Ertz out there. You don't know who.
he might be playing receiver.
He might catch the ball.
You never know.
I believe they're gonna have a gadget package for him. So I'm not worried about him. He's a professional too. He's been in the league long enough to
37
hold his own. So I'm not worried about him. McKee, McKee, he's been doing good too. He's a surprise in the camp. He's returning heads.
He went 10 for in the Ravens game.
Yeah.
He went 10 for 20.
Yeah.
He threw for 148 yards and no touch. And
he settled in really nicely and started throwing the ball and hitting players everywhere. So he really did good. He's a pleasant surprise also.
But the displeasing part that we have to include in this video is Ian Book. He just looked terrible out there. He looked like, you know what I'm saying? He don't know what he was doing. He was struggling. He like, oh, I don't know where to throw the ball. Like, he had the guy wide open.
Out of the wrong book them I read. You understand?
Like, yeah, he read the wrong playbook.
It's not the book for the Eagles. That's what I'm telling you. He's not the book for the Eagles. That's what I can say. But now I'm wondering about it. This guy worked his life to make it up to the Eagles, and he's trying. He's out there trying. It's not easy. It look easy. It sound easy. But you got to think, live fire is different. He was trying. I give him a A for effort. Good try, my youth, but I don't think you're the book for the Eagles. But
look, Ed, if I'm gonna give him another chance. If I see him do any other, blasphemy on the field again, hey, we might have to book him a flight. Book him a flight somewhere else.
That year.
Because we don't want to.
Don't make me have a book here that year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
End of the day, really and truly, I think they already made. I think they got him on Spirit. Yeah, I think they got him a seat.
Great flight.
Yeah. Road 25. Yep, they got him.
Gosh.
But anything else?
Yeah, that's pretty much what we've been talking about with the Eagles. You've been looking up some articles, we've been reading stuff, reading notes about the Eagles every day. Yeah.
They signed another defensive lineman, but Eagles love these big defensive linemen because they love a rotation, and I think this guy is a practice. He's just probably a practice body, but we'll see.
Yeah, we don't really know his name, but when we get his name called up on the field more,
when we start make some players, and him start to do something with notable, he can get name mention.
He look like an offensive lineman.
We not get no name mention. You just a player that we add until you start making some plays for the Eagles. Yeah, then we call your name. But for now, Birds, you're just a bird signee, and we'll see.
Yeah. And I'm gonna lie, he look like a guard. He like an offensive guard.
Big guy,
yeah. So, yeah. But guys, make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Make sure to share with everybody. Fill it up with Eagles community, Caribbean community. Don't forget that. And yeah, we'll see you guys. See you in the next video.
Hey, this video is being sponsored by Hellshire Kitchen. Bless up, put it. You don't know. You could find a link in the description down low on how to connect putty and where you can get some good fried fish on festival. Big up yourself. Big up all the Caribbean people. We love the community. We're a Philadelphia Eagles fan for life. You don't know. More love, more blessing, and as Chipp like to say.
Don't forget. There's a video coming out soon. Another video talking about the Sixers, James Harden. We started discussing that.
Yeah, some Sixers news on James Harden. Boy, we got another one coming. Let's look out for the next video. And then bless. Okay, love. Stay safe. One love.
All right.